Hey friends, it's Mike. It's Monday, October 5th, 2020. In my last video, I said anything can happen in a reality TV show. And what we have with Trump testing positive is exactly that, a reality TV show. I'm going to show you how occulted numbers are embedded into this story and how this latest episode is all contrived and fake. This stunt was obviously pulled off in order to take the focus off of Biden as they approach November 3rd. And I have to say, with the help of the tabloid media, it's working like a charm. What continues to amaze me is how gullible the majority of the masses are. They have no clue the whole thing is scripted. It's like watching Gilligan's Island and believing Gilligan is really stranded and hoping sometime soon someone will find them and bring them home. Now, before I get into the numbers, for all of the naysayers that believe the numbers don't mean anything or that you can shuffle numbers around to concoct a result, you need to open your mind. I have repeatedly shown how numbers, especially 3, 6, 9, 11, and multiples of 11, like 33, occur over and over again with every staged event. In other words, there is an obvious pattern and application of these numbers whenever there's an engineered crisis. For example, I showed everyone how coronavirus and COVID-19 are encoded with 9/11 numerology. I did the same with Black Lives Matter and BLM. I have discussed how 9/11, which regroups to the master number 11, is a signal that the controllers are attempting to implement major change. If you understand this, then you won't get pulled into the ritual as a participant. And this is important because rituals require participation, either knowingly or unknowingly, because they are looking to tap into and manipulate your consciousness via your thoughts. If they can gather enough focused participation, which includes people glued to their television sets or debating on social media, then they will achieve the critical mass they require, which in turn increases the odds of the ritual being a success. And by the way, participation is not limited to people rooting for Trump. It also includes those that despise him, because to the occultist, loving or hating Trump is irrelevant. What is important is the maniacal focus on the event, which is the ritual. So let's say we have half the masses saying, I can't believe this has happened, I hope he gets better, I hope he doesn't die, he has to win the election. And then the other half wishing him ill will and saying they hope he drops dead. Two diametrically opposed positions, but to the magician or the occultist, there is no difference because it is the focus on the ritual which is important. What people believe is completely irrelevant. In fact, the more lovers and haters they can conjure up, the better. Now, aside from this stunt being an October surprise to take Biden out of the race, I also believe it's possible it is intended to direct people's focus to Trump wearing the mask, which is obviously a very important aspect of the ritual. By creating this event, the focus on masks will intensify because not only are most people wearing a muzzle, but now they are focused on Trump wearing one. And I also believe this tactic is designed to capture the attention of those who won't wear a mask but continue to consume the media coverage, which in turn makes them involuntary participants. The way to avoid this is to turn off your TV and let your brain heal. Now let's take a look at some numbers. Here is Trump's tweet announcing he tested positive. Let's decode the tweet and see what we find. In box 1, we see the date is October 1st, 2020, which totals to 6. We get 6 when we convert October to 10, which equals 1 plus 0 or 1, and then add the day, which is also 1, and then add the year 2020, which is 2 plus 2 or 4. So we have 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2, which equals 6. In box 2, as I've covered in other videos, COVID-19 has numerology of 9. In box 3, we can see Trump's tweet came out at 11:54 p.m., and of course we have the 11, and then 54, which is 5 plus 4 or 9, and we get 11-9 or 9/11. Coincidence? I think not. In a previous video, I explained this election is another 9/11 event, along with CV and BLM, and here they are, again, driving this point home as they hide the truth in plain sight. In box 4, we are told he was taken to the hospital at 6 p.m., and so there's another 6. In box 5, notice the bolded words in the tweet, which are FLOTUS, COVID-19, and together. When we add the numerology associated with these bolded words, the combined numbers regroup to 11. Now in box 6, I have found that whenever we see the media publish a tweet, the numbers associated with the retweets, quote tweets, and likes usually has significance as well. In this case, the numbers on Trump's tweet regroup to 22, which is another master number and also can represent the 22 cards of the tarot deck. And yes, the 6 clues did not escape me. The way they do the numbers is clever. Many times it's like solving a puzzle. The two common approaches to decoding the numerology is the adding and multiplying of numbers. And it's not uncommon to add and multiply a particular number to generate more than one outcome. For example, the time of 11:54 is a representation of 9/11. 9/11, when we add 9 plus 1 plus 1, tallies to the master number of 11. 9/11 can also represent 9 times 11, or 99, which when inverted is 66. 99 can also be interpreted as 9 plus 9, which equals 18, which sums to 9. And 99 as 18 can also represent 666, since 3 times 6 equals 18. Occasionally, they will use subtraction and division, but I have found adding and multiplying to be the dominant approach. Now let's move to the next slide. Now, when Trump tweeted on October 1st, that was exactly 33 days until the election. Many of you know 33 is another very important number in Freemasonry and the occult. So again, we have to ask ourselves, are all these embedded numbers coincidence or is it intentional? As I have stated many times, the controllers paint by the numbers. So numbers are very important to them. Anyone out there who thinks it's all nonsense, you are playing right into their game, because this is exactly what they want you to believe. And when you think that way, you continue to be under their spell and under their control. Remember, knowledge is power. Thanks for listening.